Good morning. For those who don't know me, my name is Sarah Cannon, and I'm the Director of Children's and Community Programming here at All Souls. And I have a question for the young and young at heart among us this morning. Do you have a favorite dinosaur? If you do, you can put its name in the chat box. Right now, my favorite dinosaur is the T-Rex. I like it because it has short arms like me. It's basically the coolest dinosaur ever. And I want everyone to know that. So here's where I'm going to start. Do you recognize this place? What is its name? That's right, it's our very own city, Indianapolis. You can see the canal and the Children's Museum, but I think it could be even cooler. Here's how. I'm going to take a flag with a T-Rex on it, put it right there by the canal, and tell everyone that Indianapolis will now be called TRex Town. Like this. Then everyone will have to call Indianapolis TRex Town instead, forever, because I said so. Some of you look a little bit skeptical. And if you don't agree, I don't know how I'm going to get everyone to go along with this. After all, there are a lot of people in Indianapolis, and they don't all have to do what I say. Maybe I'm starting too big. Well, how about this? This is my neighborhood park. A neighborhood is smaller, right? What if I put my flag there and call it T-Rex Park? I wouldn't have a whole city named after T-Rexes, but it would still be pretty cool. You don't think so? All right, well, what about this? Some of you know my kid, Evan. This is Evan's room. It's nice, right? But I think it would be much cooler if we called it, T-Rex room. I mean, I'm the mom, I'm in charge, so I can do that, right? I guess even if I could, I probably shouldn't. I really thought using a flag to claim what I wanted might work. After all, it has worked before. Maybe you didn't know about that, but it's true. For many years, some people, often people from Europe, have gone to other people's homes and put a flag in the soil. They've said, this place has a new name. They didn't ask anybody for permission, they just did it. And unlike me, they were willing to do hurtful things to force people to agree. So when they tried this, it worked. It worked so well that in some cases, it's actually hard to find out what that place's name might have been before that flag was planted. But it's worse than that. Because when a person who disrespects you enough to change the name of your home without asking comes around, they're probably going to do a lot more. They might say they're in charge not just of your home, but of you, where you go to school, who you work for, whether you get paid for that work, what you wear, how you pray. How do you think these people got the idea that any of this was okay? The T-Rex was a pretty silly example, but it also shows how when we want something, we start making excuses for why we should have it. I like my way, so my way is right. Everyone would be better off doing things my way. So if they don't want to, they're making a mistake. And if they're making a mistake, then I'm really helping them. So it's okay to make them do what I want. It's important to notice when we start thinking this way, because the truth is, when we feel strongly about our own idea, it can be very hard to dial it back and listen respectfully to others. And that's when we make the really big mistakes, which is when we need to take a breath and let our UU principles guide us. So we have how many principles? 7, right? But today I'm going to focus on 2. Our red promise is to respect all beings. Notice it doesn't say as long as they do what we want. Nope. It doesn't say as long as they're just like us either. And our blue promise is tricky. Let me tell you why. Because some children's versions of our blue promise say, believe in our ideas, and act on them. But this is not quite right. I was believing in my idea and acting on it when I planted those T-Rex flags. But I was wrong. We don't just act on our ideas without thinking about how we'll affect others. So the way I like to say the Blue Promise is, everybody has a voice, everybody gets a vote. Our UU principles aren't just ideas we talk about in church. They're the lessons UUs have learned from all the mistakes in our history. They're there to help us at home and at the park and even at the canal too. Even if we wish we were, we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes, but the principles can remind us to be better. Thank you.